So this is my exclusive longer video of the pollination. This is Aporo candicans hybrid, Paul Ehrlich. So the parents are Aporo cactus crossed with Trichocereus candicans. It's basically offspring from Gräsers Schönste. I mean, I think at Gräsers Schönste there was another plant involved, but this is basically Aporo candicans. It's a spectacular hybrid, one of the best ever made. The ruffles are very unique. They probably come from Trichocereus candicans. I've seen white specimens, like specimens of Trichocereus candicans flowering in white with ruffles in nature, and yeah, that's probably where these ruffles come from, and it's absolutely amazing. Like, I'm a big fan of this hybrid because it is reliable. It flowers early on. Check out the plant. This isn't very big, like not very tall. Some of the Gräser hybrids need to be so huge that you have hard time getting them into the greenhouse. This one, absolutely not. Yeah, flowers early, is reliable, like in the sense that it produces viable pollen. It produces pollen, which is something that's not like always, it's not a given every time either. So yeah, absolutely very nice. And the flower, I mean, look at it. It looks completely magical, like from another world. So I want to collect pollen now. I am looking for a pollen bag, like a paper bag, so I can collect pollen. So let's see. Going a little bit further away from the plant because I want to show you how I do it. So these are my paper bags. I don't know if you see them. There's a hair on my lens. Okay, so these bags are like from stamp collecting, something like that. And here's a little scissor, and I will remove these parts, simply because they always hold a little bit of pollen, and you get more pollen if you cut them away. The filaments. This is my cactus set. This is where the magic happens. Normally this should be empty, like just for filming, but I have too many plants. Okay, I brought me a brush just because I want to see, maybe I can brush off pure pollen, and I can, which is always a good thing. Pure pollen, like when you take a brush, rub it all over the filaments and everything, and the pollen that sticks on the brush you can like put into these little bags, like you turn it around and you can freeze this bag. If you cut off the filaments and freeze them, the viability isn't as good as pure pollen. Pure pollen always stays viable much longer. Simply because additional humidity in the bag decreases viability of the pollen. So the worst thing you can do to frozen pollen when you freeze it in a freezer is humidity. If it gets wet, or if you have a leaky old freezer, you sometimes Oh, look at this. A tick. I felt it on my back. I don't know if you can see it. These little monsters. I was so sick last year. It is really difficult to do anything outside with so many ticks out around. Like, I was so sick, like really sick. So yeah, I'm always careful about ticks. I live in like total forest, not only forest but also like grasslands and stuff, and there are ticks everywhere. It takes everything to just keep the grass a little bit down. And I'm not having like, lawn. I have like pretty natural grassland, but still you need to do something, otherwise every time you walk around you have 5-6 ticks on your leg. This week when my dog went outside, had to pee, when he came back from the pee he had 6 ticks all over him. This is absolutely madness. I really think they are the worst. Absolutely the worst. Okay, back to the flower. Yeah, I mean, look at it. Let's move the camera on the other side. Absolutely magical. Right now it's maybe 10 in the morning, 10 a.m. And this is the time when I usually take my videos, simply because the later it is, the stronger the sun. And I don't even mean it like that I can take the sun, but the sun just changes the light in the video. I don't like the light when there's too strong light. Everything looks like in the desert, like Breaking Bad in New Mexico. So yeah, that's why I do my videos in the morning, and the birds are just beautiful background. And it's right now, there's such a nice breeze going around, like in the air. The air is so nice. Such a great feeling in the morning. I wish I could have this season all year long. Like, I hate winter. This is my time. This is what I live for. All right. I now have collected a bag that's pretty much pure pollen, and now I do the rest, like trying to remove it like this. You can also do it with tweezers. I really try not to damage the beautiful flower itself, like the petals, and it's not easy. And you need to be careful that you don't cut the stigma in the middle. That would be fatal. Oh man, this is really difficult right now. And I hate doing that, but I just need the pollen. May I have a little crumb of pollen, please? changed my method right now. I'm just cutting everything off and try to brush it into my bag. I don't know if that works. Let's see, right? Slightly. Oh, I forgot to say something about this hybrid, about Paul Ehrlich. Another thing that's so great about it that I like is that it is not self-fertile, which is a huge problem in my opinion. Like when you have a lot of these Gräser hybrids are self-fertile, and then you make crosses, like, and the offspring is just I don't want to say a copy, but like it's pretty close to the mother, to this one, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if you wanna, like, if you just wanna have like a lot of plants of it, you know. But for example, I would like to have hybrids and stuff, you know, with two parents involved, like maybe a different body on something like this. So that's why it's great, because it is not self-fertile. A lot of Gräser hybrids definitely are. And that's also a good thing if you like to have seeds without doing pollination, you know. That's when that's your thing, that's great actually, but not so good for hybrid breeding in the classical sense. Okay, I'm really happy that I caught the right time to collect pollen from it. This plant is usually the one that I always run out of pretty fast, because it's a great father. I use it a lot, and I always try to have as much pollen available as I can. Alright, so I think I'll stop here, simply because, like, this is enough. Here's another flower, here's one, and there are two here, and maybe there will be another flush in the season. We'll see. Okay, now I will pollinate. I brought me 1, 2, 3, 4 bags. 4 bags of pollen. Like I said, pollen mix. I will use pollen from 4 different ones, simply to increase the chance. So this is Paranoia. I will use the whole bag, simply because it's possible that the viability is not what it was last year. I always use different bags, like from different bags, because you never know which bag got wet, for example. Oh man, I love this. The video is so much fun. Like bird music in the background, flowers. This is Validus now, but there's barely any pollen left in there. I don't think there's any pollen left in there. My Trichocereus validus didn't flower in the last years. There's another tick. There it is. Damn you. I'm just checking myself. Oh, I hate it. I love this, but I hate the ticks. But yeah. So this is Peruvianus now. Oh, there's a lot of pollen in there. And like I said, pollen mix, not great. Not something that you should do like regularly. But sometimes, for example, let's say you get a flower on a crest or on a monstrous paranoid TPM or something like this, and you really wanna like make use of the chance without risking losing it, then you can use a pollen mix. That makes a lot of sense in such a situation. Oh God, oh God. I'm using a lot more pollen than necessary right now, simply because like frozen stuff, you know how it is, like frozen food doesn't have all the nutrients either. Good. Okay, this bag's empty. No, it's not. Wait. Sometimes I rip the bag open and you can see there's still some pollen left, like in the corner. That's where it usually hides. Alright. Good. And the last one. Different Pachanoi. When the second flower opens, I have a few more like fresh pollen parents like that are opening up right now. So this is just for the first cross. I really like to work with fresh pollen as often as I can. Fresh pollen is better. Okay, so this is it. This was my pollination, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'll keep you updated what comes from it. If there will be seeds, they will almost certainly be available in our Trichocereus group at facebook.com/groups/Trichocereus. You can support the channel at patreon.com/cactusjerk and cactusjerk. Seeds available at trichocereus.net. And yeah, that's all the business stuff. Alright guys, one last look on the flower. Magic. Alright guys, take care.